House of Tolerance, Souvenirs de la Maison Apollonide. We're not talking about House of Tolerance around here. The bordello is in Paris, and we're talking of events happening around the turn of the 19th century into the 20th, so more than 100 years ago. Adèle Haenel is the actress I admired together with the whole cast. There's a group of extremely talented actresses portraying prostitutes, or what I understand is to be called politically correct sex workers in this age. Adèle Haenel, one of the two stars of Portrait of a Lady on Fire, nominated for an Academy Award a couple of years ago. Or was it in competition with Parasite, which dominated everything? Of course, eventually took, for the first time, the big Oscar for both Best Motion Picture, not just in its category of foreign language film, but in the best of them all, so to say. Plus director, plus important trophies, aside from the Oscars, of course. The Palme d'Or, which is the most important. And La Fille Inconnue, Adèle Haenel, is the actress in the leading role in another splendid movie seen by this viewer recently. It's on the blog, by the way, in case you're interested. They're both portrait. A few words about them. Life in a House of Tolerance is evidently tough. For the patron, and I would say especially the girls working there. There's one who arrives and she's only 16 to work there. They get diseases, they're controlled, but at one point the doctor discovers that one of them has syphilis, so that's catastrophic for her and the problem for the institution, which has debts, financial troubles. La Madame writes to the prefect asking for some help, and in response the official is courteous and willing to help, but he says, I can't do anything about the landlord. Worst of all, there is abuse. They have a woman there, La Femme qui rit, that looks, alas, like the Joker as portrayed by Jack Nicholson. What am I saying? Also by Heath Ledger, for which he won the post-mortem Oscar, given to him after the young great artist died. So what happened is told in sequences. We see something at the beginning, we see blood all over her face, we see her termina mutilated, but then the scenes that led to the torture are given throughout the movie. As she keeps thinking, obviously, about it, and she's recalling the minutes of the ordeal. She, the poor femme Kiri, the woman that loved, was tied to her bed in what had seemed to be a harmless sexual game, erotic game. And this monster is playing with a small couteau, with a knife, with her nipples, and then she says she doesn't like it anymore, but she will cut open the sides of her mouth, which will then have to be sewn. And the wound is stitched together, but it's gruesome. It's not a woman that loves. It's a woman that reminds us of the monstrosity of many humans. Nevertheless, she, because of her mark, she is wanted for what seem to be freak shows. They seem to see them as freak shows. In one of these scenes, men and women look at her, comment, come to her, want her to se déshabiller, and they are the freaks, by the way. Other monsters that traumatize her, not with physical pain, but with a sort of psychological torture, like this guy is doing to me. Animal prost. The film is sad quite often, of course, but splendid, intelligent, charmant, wonderful performances. Selected for the as a finalist for the Cannes Film Festival, the Palme d'Or, nominated for the Palme d'Or, which is actually the most important, more relevant trophy, prize, cinematic prize, in that it rewards a worthwhile film as opposed to films that are sometimes more glamorous, other times they just met with the sympathy of the members of the Academy at the Oscars. So, wonderful film.